Well, the US has made a very bold move towards the MSS. Just recently, we were talking about the frozen monies, 13.3 million worth of money that would have been used by the MSS from the US as a donation from the US towards the MSS at the UN Trust Fund, but that has been frozen. And we are having chatter. Will the US commit to the MSS from the beginning? Because this was a Biden idea, it was a Biden administration idea. And now we are in a very, very totally different administration that is going back against all the commitments that were made by Joe Biden. The Trump administration has been moving away from what Joe Biden had in mind. And many speculated that this could be it, that the MSS will not have the support that it needs now that the Democrats are not in the White House. But the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, came out and said that in his confirmation hearing, he said that he's going to support the MSS, that the US thanks Kenya for being part of the MSS, and that there is something that has to be done in Haiti, and the US boots will not be on the ground. That means that in one way or another, this administration supports the MSS. And the MSS has been working in coordination with the Haitian National Police to fight the Haitian gangs. It has had quite a few challenges in terms of finances and in terms of troops. We've seen troops now coming in, totaling to about 1,000. And the commitment of the United States was very, very fundamental to ensure that this mission is successful. And that is what was causing all the jitters if this mission is going to be successful, because if the US withdraws its support from the MSS, then we'll remain with Canada, France, and other donors that will not rally the support needed for the MSS to be successful. And that is the reason why that frozen 13.3 million was discussed world over regarding the issue of support by the MSS, the issue of support from the US to the MSS. But recently, as announced by the MSS, the US has made a huge commitment towards the MSS as a show that the US is still supporting the MSS. Well, that is part of the story that I'm going to tell you about in this video, as well as the MSS has conducted, together with the Haitian National Police, they have conducted an operation at Tabahe. I'm going to tell you about that operation that happened at Vital Home Innocence Stronghold and what happened in that operation. Well, this is Bonafide. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe and hit that notification button so that when I release something new on Haiti, you get notified as soon as possible. Well, there was speculation that the US will not support the Haitian mission, but the US has come out boldly just this week on Monday to show its support for the MSS mission. As reported by the MSS, and this also is coming from the force commander, the United States supported the Kenyan-led mission in Haiti with 600 firearms, 9 Toyota and Ford vehicles, 2 trucks, 2 armored loaders, and other heavy equipment. This is part of the support that the US is showing that it is still together with other allies in supporting the Haitian mission. That is a mission that is led by Kenya and supported by the US and other countries, including Canada, France, and other countries that are supporting the mission by financing the troops to be there. You know, Kenya, Salvador, Guatemala, and other countries are supporting this mission by the troops. And it was an agreement that the US and other allies, Canada included, will support this mission by financing. So these troops are being paid by the money that is donated from the US, Canada, and other allies. And that is the working that have been going on. The equipment also comes from these countries that are donors, and all other countries are invited to support this mission through the UN Trust Fund. So the US, that everyone had concerns about regarding the mission, has come out in a very dominant way to show that it is still in support of the Haitian mission, and that is by donating this heavy equipment, including firearms, to the MSS mission. And the force commander of the MSS, Godfrey Otunge, said that this donation underscores the United States' continued commitment to supporting both the Haiti National Police and the MSS, enhancing the operational capacity to combat gangs and restore peace in Haiti. Those are the words of Godfrey Otunge, the MSS commander, who first of all came out and said that despite the kind of information that you're reading out there, that the US has frozen 13.3 million, the US is still supporting the Haitian mission. That was the announcement that Godfrey Otunge came out with just immediately after the information came out from the UN that the US has frozen the amounts that it was giving to Haiti. And this was also reiterated by Kenya through the Kenyan president. He spoke with Marco Rubio and said that the US is still committed to financing the Haiti mission. As well as we had this from the security advisor to the president of Kenya, that is Monica Juma, who came out and said that despite the amounts that are being claimed to have been frozen, the mission will still continue. And that was also underscored by Kenya's foreign minister, Musalia Mudavadi, who came out and said that the amounts that are in the UN Trust Fund, totaling to 110 million without the frozen cash from the US, is sustainable to make sure that this mission goes on through to September of 2025. So that has been the information that has been released by Kenya's foreign minister as well as other dignitaries here in Kenya regarding the Haitian mission, that despite the fact that there can be talk of the 13.3 million, whether this 13.3 million will be frozen or it will resume operations, William Ruto came out and said that the 13.3 million is exempted. That is, as information that was given also by Marco Rubio, that this 13.3 million is exempted from the policy that the Trump administration has to freeze all foreign aid from the US. But now we are having information that the money that is in the UN Trust Fund is enough to sustain this mission through to September. And the information from the MSS, the report that was given, that was attached with this support from the US, also pointed that the MSS and the HNP conducted an operation in Tabahe. This is the stronghold of Vitalom Innocent and the Kraze Barrier gang. And they say that they jointly conducted an operation in that region and ended up to arrest 15 gang members. And these are strong operations. We are seeing a different tactic being used by the MSS in that when they are going now to these gang regions, they are going very strongly to attack these gangs strongly. That was also seen in the parade that was organized by Lanmo Sanjo of the 400 Mawozo. The MSS and the HNP went in very hard to fight the gangs and frustrated all the plans that they had on conducting this parade. And this is also the same vigor that the MSS has shown in Tabahe. There is a difference in how they're now attacking the gangs. They are coming in very hard at the gangs, that the gangs are failing to put up with the force, the sheer force that the law enforcement now has in fighting them in this stronghold. And that is the reason as to why 15 gang members were arrested, handguns were retrieved, 12 communication radios were also retrieved from their base. And this was a striking blow against the Vitalom Innocent and his criminal network. And this coupled up with the support now that the MSS has gotten from the US, including these bulldozers. You know how these bulldozers are being used to take down these centers of these gangs where they're operating, where these gang leaders are living. They are demolishing these structures so that these people cannot go back to live and operate in these areas.